Recently, there's been a screenshot of a TikTok video that's been circulating all over the internet where the caption says, "Me because Orange Man in suit wants to go after the cartel, and I would love for him to FAFO. Y'all have no idea how big cartels are, and they do not play like the military." Eddie Hall tested his strength in a lab. The goal for these tests were to see how Eddie's muscles and tendons react under strain, and as well how fast they react. And then they're going to take these results and compare them to people who work out 4 times a week to 0 times a week and so on. The first test they did was an ultrasound on the thigh to see the muscle. Then they did a muscle anatomy scan with 5 blocks to see each section of the lower body. This specific test was truly to compare his muscles compared to a normal person and even a well-trained athlete. The doctors instantly saw from the initial scan that Eddie Hall had a lot less fat and more muscle compared to a world-class powerlifter. Then they moved on to a machine to see how much Eddie Hall could truly hold in newtons, which then they correlated kilograms or pounds. Eddie Hall ended up pulling 7,482 units, which is equivalent to 750 kilograms or 1,653 pounds. Then they put sensors on Eddie's thigh that measures the electrical activity that comes from a human's nervous system. From this test, they can measure the force output and test how strong he is in the leg extension and the explosive contraction just to see how explosive he is. This video was just recently posted, but it actually happened in 2018, right after Eddie Hall retired from World's Strongest Man. But Eddie Hall's test results came back, and he's pretty much just a genetic freak. There's no other way to say it.
I've just arrived at a wall.
The Army just released the pilot's name of the Black Hawk helicopter that collided with the American Airlines flight 2 days ago, and her name is Rebecca Lobach. Rebecca was one of the 3 soldiers that passed away in the collision with the American Airlines flight a few nights ago, and she was only 28 years old. Rebecca was a White House aide to Joe Biden when he was in the White House, and then joined the Army as an aviation officer in July of 2019. She had been awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal, and the Army Service Ribbon. Now, we knew the name of the other 2 soldiers on the Black Hawk helicopter relatively soon, but her family asked that the Army not release her name until they were ready. They said in a statement, "We are devastated by the loss of our beloved Rebecca. She was a bright star in our lives. Rebecca..."
The Weeknd will be dropping his brand new album, Hurry Up, tomorrow.
When I'm out of town, I be tripping, I be up. Fucking living like the world is
is by your side. You got it to do
If you never get sore after your workouts, here are the main reasons why and what you're going to need to do to fix it. Number 1 is that your body has adapted to training, meaning it's able to recover better and it's more used to the stimulus that you're giving it. It's very common when you very first start lifting weights that you get extremely sore because your body has no adaptations to it. The longer that you train, the more adapted you are, which means it's going to...
Once arrived, head over to the small red rocket storefront where inside lies the next missing piece, laid beside a radio playing static. Next, travel to Haven Church, located here on the map. The next missing piece, laid beside a radio playing static. Next, travel to Haven Church on the map. Once arrived,
that was interesting. Wow. Should be right here. What?
head over. Once inside, once again, you will find your second fragment on the cashier's desk ready to be picked up. For the third fragment, head over to Red Rocket Megastop located here on the map. Once arrived, head over to the small Red Rocket storefront where inside lies the next missing piece, laid beside a radio playing static. Next, travel to Haven.
Fuck. Come on. Where else do I put you? Oh my god. Because I'm gonna have to try to do this. Fucking hell. Another one? Oh, great. Go. How do I claim this area then? Where are the enemies? Where? I saw an enemy. Oh, Mr. blocked off 3, I think.
Greetings, Ocean Explorer. Ready for an adventure of a lifetime with 100 free spins at Admiral Casino? Click the link below. This is the
La Rinconada, the highest human settlement on Earth, standing 16,700 feet in the clouds, with 50% less oxygen compared to sea level, and where most of its estimated 29,000 plus residents risk their lives slaving away in an illegal and unregulated gold mine where most miners work 30 days without pay, only to earn 1 day where they can take back as much ore as they can carry on their own back.
This is real life Minecraft, kids. The kids are not here for the mines, they knew what they were. Here's the vida aquí.
The only catch is, this town is a magnet for murder and violence, known as the lawless city of Peru, overrun with crime, alcoholism, human trafficking, crippling elevation, poison air and water due to heavy metal pollution, an average lifespan of residents reportedly as low as 30 to 35 years. So why do people voluntarily come here to risk their lives working in mines? To find that out, I'll have to ascend almost 17,000 feet myself without properly acclimating my body. But can I even get up here without dying?
Okay, Carlos.
65, 67, 68. I feel it. This device on my finger is called an oximeter. I'm using it to track the oxygen levels in my blood. I'm starting to feel it. So you risk damn brain damage. Anything under 70, you need to go to the hospital. So definitely a little altitude sickness right now. One thing worth noting is we flew directly from Austin, Texas to Culiacán. We're going to go from 0 to 17K within basically 24 hours. 64, so we may have to go down. The número de oxygen is muy low. The only way to know if I die once I got there was to get there. And despite the complete illegality of most of the mining operations up here, there were somehow police-enforced checkpoints. So we're doing more passports right now. But how could this town be lawless if there were police? But now we were officially in La Rinconada, and this miner looked like he knew something. ¿Qué es tu nombre? Buenos días. Moses, okay, Tyler. Hoy, yo tengo mucho respeto por las personas que la habilidad que trabajan aquí. Muy difícil.
Demasiado.
Sí.
El frío, sobre todo, la altura. Pero estamos a 5.400.
¿Cuántos años trabaja aquí?
Yo desde 1982. Para un refuerzo.
Ok. Buscar oro. Grande, tú buscaste. drop people? Ay, robos en edición?
Esos son los rateros. Cuando nosotros echamos policía, uno se despertaba con todo su dinero, con todo su oro. No faltaba nada.
Mujeres no tienen la habilidad de mirar.
Bien, pero el choreo siempre está.
Ah, ok.
Son gallos.
Gallos. Okay, gracias, Moses. Gracias por tu tiempo. So I'm looking at 68 levels. We should probably return that.
Yeah, ¿esto es mejor?
Yeah, I think the blood levels are too low. Moses, es imposible que mi oxígeno es muy low ahora. Aclimar a un... Necesito I think I'm dying. My head is bursting with pain. The hands are like yellow, red, blue right now. Like hand discoloration. Yeah.
You probably will adapt that climate.
Probably. Should I try to stand?
Yeah, I mean, we should get some sort of waiting.
Quiero stand. Hola, pregunta para ti. ¿Trabaja aquí en los minas?
No.
¿Qué es tu trabajo?
Sí, estoy esperando. Al guardián del colegio.
Oh, ¿qué colegio? School. ¿Cómo es tu vida aquí?
Más o menos, recién
Sí.
acabo de llegar.
Okay. ¿Es más altitud difícil que vivir o...?
Es casi normal. Para los demás, los que vienen recién, es un poco difícil.
Okay.
Sí,
¿Es peligroso aquí o no?
peligroso bastante, ya sabes.
¿Por qué peligroso? ¿Qué es lo
Por la razón de los locales, lo que digamos, de trabajo para las chicas, bueno. Por esas razones hay bastante robos, asaltos, más que todo por las noches.
¿Mucha prostitución ahí? ¿Cómo es la policía aquí?
Más o menos.
Más o menos. ¿Es el sueño aquí que buscar oro grande?
De las personas que trabajan aquí, por ejemplo, le llaman como mineros, ¿verdad? Ellos son los que realmente van a las minas y sacan oro. Supongo que sacarán bastante oro, por eso es que trabajan aquí, sí.
Okay. Muchas gracias por tu tiempo. But I was curious, given the hostile conditions up here, how often do the miners... Yet before I could go any further, my oximeter showed this. My levels are pretty low right now. 64. Oy. 59. Out of here. All right, we gotta go. All right. So my level's 59. Dangerously low. I definitely have a massive headache right now. I'm extremely dizzy. We all wanted to come up here at perfect acclimation. That would have been the dream, but unfortunately it's just not smart. And I want to live till 40, so I'm going back. After heading back down to the town of Culiaca at 12,500 feet, I hunted down some bottles of air, rested the night, prayed to God I'd acclimated in my sleep, and headed back up the next day. We're approaching the clouds. The heavens await us. And I am nervous for what is to come because I feel a little too good. It seems like it is too.
Have you got pensions from previous jobs?
Good to be true right now. I'm waiting for my bubble of optimism to be popped by reality as we approach.
I have to talk about these text messages. I can't help it. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm only human. These are extraordinary in like the creepiest way. I wasn't always this sex god you see before you, the apex of raw sexual energy. In fact, I actually came into this world a virgin. I was born with virginity. My father, he wasn't a virgin, and yet, embarrassingly, I was. And it stayed that way for 19 years, until in the spring break of my 19th year in this plane of existence, it all changed when my wiener nation landed on the shores of a vagina nation, consensually, of course. It was an invite for the wiener nation to make landfall. At 2013 years after the death of Christ, I finally lost my virginity. Like a crab shedding its shell, I molted. But what did I do up until that point? Well, I've already shared with you a little bit of my freshman year of college where I pretended to be a mysterious anime character, but this arc doesn't stop there. I used to think it was
Haven Church, located here on the map. This is the next missing piece, laid beside a radio playing static. Next, travel to Haven Church, located here on... door you'll want to go through once you make it there, so keep your eye out for it. Right in front of the door at the desk lays the next fragment for you to collect. Head over to the general steakhouse for your 5th missing fragment. Once there, you'll want to enter from the door in front of the 2 cars in the parking lot. Go through once you make it there, so keep your eye out for it. Right in front of the door at the desk lays the next fragment for you to collect. Head over to the general steakhouse. For your 5th missing fragment. Once there, you'll want to enter from the door in front of the 2 cars in the parking lot. Here's how to maneuver your way to the next piece once inside. You will find the map fragment at the bar next to the cash register, ready to maneuver your way to the next piece once inside. You will find the map fragment at the bar next to the cash register, ready to be taken. Lastly, you'll want to head over to Morgantown High School, located here. You'll want to enter through the front entrance and follow my lead once inside. This fragment is located on the top floor of the school on a teacher's desk at the back of a classroom. This fragment is located on the top floor of the school on a teacher's desk at the back of a classroom. Desk at the back of a classroom here. You'll want to enter through the front entrance and follow my lead once inside. This fragment is located on the top floor of the school on a teacher's desk at the back of a classroom. This fragment is located on the top floor of the school on a teacher's desk at the back of a classroom.
Oh, Jesus.
Once there, you'll find the last piece waiting for you on the right side of the desk. Now that you've collected all the pieces of the map, return to the pawn shop and put them together. Once pieced together, activate the black light once more to reveal your unique desk at the back of a classroom. Once there, you'll find the last piece waiting for you on the right side of the desk.
Still?
Now that you've collected all the pieces of the map, return to the pawn shop to piece them together. Once pieced together, activate the black light once more to reveal your unique personal code to get access to the elevator of the vault. Remember, each player gets their own unique code. You cannot use someone else's. Now you'll Hey, what's up, guys? guys, in today's video I'll be showing you how to get all 6 missing map fragments you'll need to be able to, where inside you'll start a journey to discover the truth behind the treasures of Appalachia. This is considered an unmarked quest, so you will not have mission markers telling you where to go to complete it. There are 2 parts to complete, the lore board and the map. I will make another video covering how to complete the lore board at a later time, as I don't want this video to be too long. And search for the pawn shop show. Shown here.
Where's the fucking pawn shop? Finally. Tell me we have every piece.
Once inside, there will be various notes on the ground, which will contribute to the lore of the pawn shop that you may want to collect for later. Make your way upstairs through this door. Lastly, to the pawn shop to piece them together. Once pieced together, activate the black light once more to reveal your unique personal code to get access to the elevator of the vault. Remember, each
hold on, brother,
player
hold
gets their own
on.
unique code.
Hold on. That's interesting.
Your black light once more to reveal your unique personal code to get access to the elevator of the vault. Remember, each player gets their own unique code. You cannot use someone else's. Now you'll want to...
Let me write this down. Brother. Wow. 728-769.
Travel to this destination to find... the entrance to Vault 79. Once in that area, you'll have to look out for this cave entrance surrounded by foliage and grass. Should stand out a bit. Once you arrive, type your personal code in the keypad and head down the elevator. And there you have it. You are now at the front entrance of Vault 79. Who knows what lies behind that seal? At least we'll be ready to find out when the time comes to open it. That wraps up today's video. Like I said, I will make another to follow up regarding the lore board, just didn't want to make this one unbearably long. If you found this video informative or helpful in any way, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new for more Fallout 76 content like this in the near future. And until next time, guys, peace.
Hello everyone, how's it going? This is TagMedic. Thank you for joining me for this Fallout 76, how to get the Vault 79. Now, running around in this game, you're going to run into a lot of different main story quest missions, and that's like, alright, what's going on? So, of course, we take to Google and we look for the missions for how to get to Vault 79. Unfortunately, a lot of that information is just follow the Overseer's quest, which is very vague, and there's a lot of information saying you need to go and do this, you need to go and do that. So I went ahead and created this video to help you guys better understand what it's going to take, because at some point down on the Overseer's quest, you're going to run into a bunch of branching arcs in order to complete all of them so that you can actually get to the point to which you're able to raid Vault 79 with either the Raiders or the Settlers. So stay tuned, and like always, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll try my best to go out and help you. Remember, this information is to the best of my knowledge, and I'm hoping that this helps you out. So please stay tuned. Okay, so we're here. We just got spit out of Vault 76. The first character that you're going to have to talk to is Pennington. Pennington will go ahead and tell you to run on down and talk to these two ladies down here. You can also go ahead and pick up a number of different items. Inside of these bins is going to be an Overseer's log that you can go ahead and pick up. And it looks like I lucked out here and got some free stuff. So that being said, there's also a note on the front of this, which is Welcome to the Wasteland, that you can go ahead and read. They're also going to talk to you about a treasure which you need to ignore, which is at the Wayward. This will take you and derail you for hours and hours, because it's a pretty lengthy quest line involving a specific treasure which you should complete when you're level 50. It will award you a token in which you can trade for a piece of gear or weapon, so just keep that in mind. Eventually, you'll make your way to the Wayward, in which you'll have the quest from those two ladies to search for a secret treasure, but you're going to ignore that, and you're going to go over here to the Overseer's camp. Inside of this chest here is going to be a number of things, including an Overseer's log, in which you're going to have to go ahead and listen to, and it will let you know the next location, which is going to be Sutton. So, just to recap, we came out of Vault 76, we got our initial quest from the droid that was outside. It's going to send us to Wayward, to the Overseer's camp, and now we're in Sutton. We are at the Overseer's house, right here. You can go ahead and go into her garage. There's a number of different things in which you can pick up some more stuff, break down some items, as well as the ammo crate right there. But most importantly, you're going to go inside of the home itself, and you're going to talk to the Overseer. The Overseer is going to send you on a specific quest. Okay, everybody, once you get over to the Overseer's home, you're going to go ahead and talk to the Overseer. She's going to send you to the ABR Medical Center to go ahead and take a look at a project or an inoculation against the scorch disease that's going on. So this location is located to the south, and you can find it right here. I would suggest that you go ahead and leave the majority of the ghouls alive and just go down into the basement so that you can collect the sample once you get into the lab that's at the bottom of the basement. This quest is going to go ahead and initiate you to do a number of tasks in order to go ahead and find a fuse, which you're going to have to repair a specific piece of machinery inside the lab itself, as well as collect your name, what your reputation is. Initially, the raiders are going to be hostile to you, so you're going to have to go ahead and complete a portion of that quest line in order to get contact with them. But for the first part, from Sutton, you're going to have to go southeast down to Foundation and talk to Paige. You're going to have to convince Paige, who is this Foundation Settlers leader.
Foundation.
His people need to be inoculated against the Scorch virus. So this is going to entail a bunch of quests that are going to go ahead and take place in this area down here. And then once you get that,
the lead to less soreness. Or two is that you're not
Next week it'll be my turn on guard duty.
How's it going? With all those, I bet a power... Such as? Yep, born right and they took away. The town was... They let them... Born right and...
I need a nap or a refill. I've got my eye. Fine. Our medical team. If you can get... Excellent. The quicker you recover on missing equipment, the better.
Derek and I can finally settle down. Put down their guns. The right.
Attention, this is now a combat.
Alright, folks, these terms are ridiculous. Absurd. I'm not signing at least 80% profit. These terms are perfectly reasonable. Since when are environmental laws and fair wages ridiculous and absurd? Since they take away 30% of the profits we're set to gain, Lauren, you can talk to me about fair wages when you give up your bonus.
Come on, David. We need to wrap up this deal. Our partners are getting impatient.
You know, I've held on to my virginity this long. Fuck yeah, baby. This one's for Jesus Christ up there. But I wasn't proud of it, and I knew Jesus wasn't proud of my virginity either, nor my attempt to spit the game at the parties by talking about virginity. That was never going to work. But it didn't stop.
I'll be the one who says when it's time to negotiate.
Around the time that I got my main lead acting role.
They need this deal more than us. I just hope we don't realize it. Now go back to your desks and figure out how to get me that 80%, or I'll find someone else.
And of a virgin. That's a fucking irresistible man right there. That right there is a recipe for an Adonis. And let me tell you what, that didn't help very much. But I used to have the Mockingjay trailer on my phone, and I'd show the trailer if they were unfamiliar and just pretend that I was in it, and I wouldn't go back to show them. I'd just be like, oh, there I am. That was quick, you missed it.
Right.
I must have tried this combination rule 100 times.
Just give it here. Getting back to business. A little slice of pie. Here's the program. Just load it up in here.
Plug over holotape into local relay tower.
Japanese bladesmith. I'd keep folding it over, smashing it down, making it sharper, better, refining it, until finally it worked one time. I met a girl at a party, we talked, we made out, exchanged numbers, and we're going to get together for a date. Date comes around and you can already guess the conversational topics. Hey, what's your major? Where are you from? Are you a virgin? No? Why not? I am. Bang. Game over. There's no coming back from that kind of shit. I don't know why the fuck. I just felt this compulsive desire to constantly talk about it. It's really not like it was a crowning achievement, and not even to me. I constantly wanted to lose my virginity, and yet I constantly hype it up like it was the best part of me. It's just wild shit, and you know, it taught me a hard lesson. That's pretty much when I learned the most important lesson. Stop bragging about virginity. This desire to be an anime character in college, being a virgin, constantly preaching and putting virginity. It must have been the scariest and most alarming thing someone could tell you like that. And it wasn't just like a 1 or 2 time fluke thing where I mentioned that by accident. I remember that shit like all the time. It'd be like a lullaby for me. You know, I'm going to bed now. Do you want to kiss my virginity to sleep with your pussy lips? No? Alright, just keep in mind, I'm a virgin. You go to sleep tonight. Things about my virginity. And it's something I mention frequently because I really thought in my delusion that being a virgin and being unique like that was totally not weird. You know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not.
What? Which one is it?
Get 50 seriously free spins when you join Sky Vegas. Play. It's why we're here.
Finally.
Transmitter connected. Beginning recorded message loop.
Hey, mate. Listen up. I'm David fucking Thorpe. Get your ass over here. Top of the world is where it's at. Mezzanine. It's time to negotiate. Or I will kill every last one of you. Hey, man.
Congratulations. Your
Hello.
transmitter is now connected.
Is that great or what? Anyway, confession time. Sure, I could have got Meg out here lickety split. I mean, don't get me wrong, she really ain't my biggest fan. But believe me, this broadcast, way more fun. Now, you probably want to haul ass back to the mez, because something down there's making all the racket, and you're going to want that place nice and tidy for when Meg shows up.
change of being a virgin's the coolest goddamn thing in the world next to pissing in your pants. But back then it certainly wasn't, and definitely not my approach of mentioning it all the fucking time. I think you could be the coolest man in the world, but if you keep mentioning the same shit over and over again, it's gonna make you look like a fucking weirdo. Actually, let me hit you with a fun trivia fact for when you play Critical Jeopardy with your family. The girl I'm talking about in this story here is actually the reason I kept the beard. You see, for the Hunger Games role I got, they asked that you grow out your facial hair, which I'd never even considered doing before. I had always been clean-shaven. I looked like an 8th grader in debate club. But when I grew it out for that role, she said it looked good, so I kept it, and I never looked back. And now if I shaved it, I'm sure I'd look like a bag of assholes collided with another bag of assholes. So yeah, I guess gloating about virginity wasn't all bad. But trust me, it was all bad. If there's any lesson to take away here from my experience for all of you watching, it would be, don't use like a defining characteristic and shove it down people's throats. Don't try and force people into thinking you are special or unique. Just be yourself, and if they view you as special or unique, great. If they don't, who gives a shit? The two that come to mind right away are vegan and atheist, where people constantly mention those two things that they're associated with that. At least that's the big meme on the internet, and I've only seen it in real life a couple of times. So I don't know what that is. But just going around and saying things like, I'm an atheist, I'm a virgin, and constantly bringing those things up and drawing attention to it just makes people not want to be around you. It's a pretty toxic social environment when you're just constantly talking about what you think. Bragging story. I think that's about it. Hello, my friends. Happy afternoon to all of you. This is as I'm sure we all know, so please don't forget to leave out a lighter, glass of milk for Santa Claus as he wiggles his fat ass down your chimney to deliver your Fortnite skins this year. Today, to get into the Christmas spirit, I thought I'd share a story. It's a story as old as time itself. I'm sure anyone out there can relate to it. It's a story of when I first tried to suck my own penis. All men have tried it. There's two types of men in this world. They have tried to suck their own cock and liars. So obviously I've tried before. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on the podcast, but I figured I'd make this entire video dedicated to it because I keep getting emails asking if I suck my own penis on Twitch chat. Just tell the whole story start to finish the way it was written by Homer in the Odyssey. So, to set the stage, I was probably around like 13 or 14, I'm not exactly sure when, and I was just starting to refine my palate, get a taste for what I liked from pornography and titties and stuff on the internet. And during this time I was very religious, so I was kind of fearful and ashamed of watching porn. I thought anytime I even touched my wiener, I was giving God the middle finger, and he was ashamed of me and sad, and he frowned, so I didn't do it all that often. But occasionally the food would direct me right, and I'd boobies, butts, vaginas, and, you know, get very excited looking at these things, you know, give it the two thumbs up, and sometimes even save it to favorites on my folder. But anyway, one particular evening, I was extremely horny. I was googling boobies, and I was like, Professor Xavier jacking in the cerebral, I was looking at boobies all over the place, and man, I was just really fucking feeling myself. I didn't jerk off or anything though, because like I said, I thought jerking off was a bit too far in the eyes of Christianity, and Google Images was tame enough where, you know, I'd be forgiven. So I was looking at these images, and I eventually said, you know, this is enough. I went to the bathroom, I was going to take my shower, I was still sailing full mast, I was fucking diamond. And man, I was just so horny, I would have fucked my own ass if I could. But anyway, I'm standing there, super erect in front of my shower, I look at my wiener, like, damn, that's my fucking winky doodle right there. Going in my mouth, but I was never flexible. I could never throw my legs behind my head or on my balls or anything. I just was never flexible at any point in my life. For some reason, I got the idea that I could absolutely accomplish the sucking of my own cock. So I attempted. I get like halfway down, and then I damn near need life alert because I thought I was going to snap my spine in half going for this advanced contortionist move. So I'm just locked in this fucking demonic pose, looking like Schmeagol admiring his precious in Lord of the Rings. And then I start to worry, like, damn, if I die here, the authorities are going to find my body looking like some type of sexual deviant. This is going to be the worst way of going out. I'm not even going to have, like, a cool going out story. It's just the obituary is going to read, yeah, he died doing what he loved, attempting to blow himself or something like that. He broke himself in half going for a self-blow job. That's not, like, cool at all. But I still wanted to keep trying. I wasn't deterred. I really thought I could pull it off if I just kept giving it my all. I started to get like anime inspired, like with the power of friendship and by never giving up.
Seeing as... You don't get to talk to me about that. We lost everything to that. Inoculation? Didn't fall for it. efficacy, huh? I got my own straight. Got a raid against you. Why don't you head on over? See. What are you talking about? Oh, I'll take that bet. Head out to their... Once you got it all right, it's the crater.
Oh, yes.
You do what you gotta do.
Shut up. Well, shut up!
Resiliency, persistence, and if I get real angry, I'll go Super Saiyan and suck my own dick real quick. So I kept trying. I probably tried for in total maybe like a minute, but it felt like an hour. And it just wasn't happening. I knew it wasn't happening, and then I decided it's time to pee, but I never really adjusted myself. I was still looking at my dick as it was looking at me. We were making eye contact. I was staring down the hole of the one-eyed snake there, and I started to, fire on all cylinders to pee. And it's a little harder to pee with an erection. It takes a little bit longer to travel up the urethra, so I had a little bit of time here. And it wasn't until the pee was about to reach the point of no return I'm like, damn, I'm about to golden shower myself. My face is looking right down the barrel of this loaded gun. So like a fucking Matrix move or like a superhero move, I start peeing and I dodge it. I lift my head back up and then I just start fountaining it over myself, and I'm safe, I'm dry, I don't get pee in my face or anything, but I almost did. The point I'm making is, yes, I've tried to suck my own dick. It did not go well. God did not bless me with the gift of being able to suck myself off. And I'm sure most men probably can't do it, but there are some select few champions out there that can, and don't let any man tell you they haven't tried. I promise you, nearly every single man on this planet has tried to suck their own penis at one point or another. You don't have to be embarrassed. There's so many of us out there. Come home. Tell your story of sucking your own penis to friends and family, to let them know that, yes, you're human. Yes, you've tried. Amen, brother. Take it easy, everyone. See ya. Porn, the great uniter. The one force that ties strangers to strangers in a way they don't even realize. The one thing every human being has in common, the love of porn, the art of porn, the ethereal beauty of the craft.
Just let me...
Now, as the title of the video suggests, I used to watch the same porn video for the better part of 2 years, perhaps a little longer than 2 years, but I'm going to say 2 years just to err on the side of caution. I've made it no secret that I refuse to get a haircut.
Who can find... Shit. Can't argue with that. You want something, you take it. It's the only way.
Stupid man. Always speaking in riddles.
This is Dane Rogers with an automated alert. An unknown dangerous creature has been sighted in the vicinity of the Sons of Dane compound. This thing's been attacking the Buck's Den beer house every night while we party. We call it the Night Stalker. It's killed some of our best guys. Paulie says the loud music is what's pissing it off. So we can make a ruckus to draw it here and set up an ambush. Hell, if some beast's gonna put it into our good time. So we're fixing on blasting the jukebox and jamming on instruments loud as we can. Even rigged up some old busted instruments to shake around. Feed on some of them ferals we caught. That ought to make a proper ruckus. Something about all them particular sounds seems to send that son of a bitch into a blind rage. Any good hunters out there want to stop by and help us kill the Night Stalker tonight? You'll be rewarded in all the beer and partying you can handle. Message is set to repeat.
Hey there. Well, I guess maybe you'll...
Stay back! He did? They hit us out. I don't know. Thanks. I don't have much for... I was a doc after... Thanks again. I'll meet you there. Just... You find Aubrey? Damn it. All right. If you need...
How did it go with... Good. I've been looking, but if the look I was getting...
If the Scorched or the Ferals don't get you, that's well.
Keep an eye out. All kinds of things make their home in these old factories. This is it. We need to get the power up and running and reformulate the machines for the inoculation. Fire everything up and try not to get killed. Nuka-Cola. Kind of makes you thirsty being around all this grass. Need to figure out how to mix soda ingredients to produce human antibodies. Easy, right? That's added your blood sample as an ingredient. I guess that technically makes you Nuka-Cola's newest flavor. Actually, they don't think about that too much. That's it. Now, just need the grease. To actually work here. We can take them.
Still waiting? This? Fine, whatever. I'll make sure.
Hey! You can lose track of time down here. Listen, now, so, do that. Take that.
Dr. G, I hope this message finds you well. Closing in on my target, a big man called Little Rob. They say he lives somewhere in the mountains, some kind of hideout. You might wonder who they are. I'm talking about people in the know. Squatters, prospectors, gold diggers. They say they've all had run-ins with the target. I met them in a shack up in the hills, near a golf course that's seen better days. But I was not there for the greens. We met up.
Got that back? What's... Still no...
Is it done? Look, now that one we don't have every and not over. I know there's a restricted section of the university. You think the students never noticed who comes and goes?
It does not matter what you may have seen or heard before you graduated, Overseer. That is not my concern. Oh, I see one of your residents has arrived. Come here. We need to discuss this ridiculous request of yours.
Glad you're here. Maybe the two of us together can talk some sense into this machine.
The assuming faculty.
I might be...
No. There...
You mean the...
Might be glad you're...
I'm not familiar with this test scenario. Professor Bott must have come up with it on his own.
Please step into the open and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens have nothing to fear.
You're the new, there was a... That's not the... Dr. Lord. Head it, everyone. I don't know. It'll be up. I'll be here.
I don't. And simple. Them. Just take one.
Overseer. Don't care what I want. No. I want Laura's a few select. Now on. Just bring them and
Did you have a delusion? You should buy your... All right, Brass. The Overseer and I are taking you in.
that right?
You going to make this easy for everyone?
Don't think I will. No.
Thank you for your help, Overseer. Vault's a better place because of you.
When I first did a vault simulation, it was a water emergency. Had to ration what's in the vault. Some people died. Riots had to be contained. We were lucky 76 never had to go through either of these cases. But preparing for the worst is what being an overseer is.
You must be bloody stupid if you can't hide from me.
Well, yes. You yes, I back down in the vault.
It was almost...
Yes. Oh.
Actually...
Unidentified intruder. Beginning search.
See what they left behind.
Welcome, esteemed members of Congress and our armed services, to a very special Vault-Tec presentation. Gold. This rarefied metal has been the backbone of trade since time immemorial. And in the event of nuclear war, this precious resource will once again become invaluable to rebuilding America's economic future. That is why Vault-Tec has been commissioned to build a different and very real vault. Named for the atomic number of the metal it will guard, Vault 79 will be the new home for all of America's gold reserves. Fort Knox will secretly be retired and emptied. Its gold bullion transported to the new vault, where it will be safe behind Vault-Tec's top-of-the-line automated security. Biometric recognition to verify authorized personnel. Sophisticated laser grid fields to ward off intruders. And, in the unlikely event of a breach, military-grade defensive turret systems built in partnership with our friends at Robco. All of this, along with Vault-Tec's signature lead-line containment walls, airtight construction, fusion-powered generators, and automated manufacturing facilities. Vault 79, a golden future for the America we all know and love. Brought to you by Vault-Tec.
For once, even getting... But the... Exact... It won't... We won't... Fort, do me a...
Looks like yet you. Well, this is, of course, liar. So what? Shit.
Couldn't be.
Never believe it when someone says to hand it over.
Come on, toss those vault plans up on the board for me. Your overseer came through on the wide distribution over here. Guess we'll hold off on raiding that old Nuka plant. For now.
I got my own problems to worry about.
All right. Seems pretty legit.
Is it daytime out there? You can lose track of time down here.
Appalachia's a big place.
I assume you, but you know. Oh no. So we're gonna I supply. We all get in peachy. So easy. Now, why don't you? Right on. First. If I hear any complaints on that Nuka, I'm sending them your way.
Better hope coming here pays off. She's not gonna last long, does it?
Is that Nah, couldn't be.
I can't believe Rose
Nice
is
combat
still
art.
going strong at top of the world.
About upgrading to a powered set?
Scrap.
That's only because nothing can get to her. You ever see a Scorched or super mutant take an elevator? They're too stupid.
Can't push a button.
You're the new. I sing. Questions?
You're either
Not.
full of shit or
He's
you've been hanging
and
out
not.
too much with
Lou. Not. He's not. And on top. Lou. Not. He's not afraid. And on top. He must. Lou. Not. He's not afraid to put. And on top of that. Shoot. Questions? I said, when they're ready, I get him. He gets Lou? Not. He's not afraid to put in. And on top of that. Sure. There, that's at the way. Oh. Lou, huh? He. Oh, but I was hoping. Truth is. In fact, Lou, Indeed, this thing. Whatever the case. Oh, since my just I don't. You can use it. Should get you. Good luck.
If I catch you stealing my stuff, you're dead.
Stupid man. Always speaking in riddles.
Listen. I don't want to talk, because I don't want to shut it.
I'll try to get through it with a big boom again. Do not stand near the big boom when it goes off. To a safe place before the boom.
You gone through what? Case it ain't no take it, of course. And I just you for real feel you get nah it ain't all I feel like no. So but this say I don't want it. Yeah, if I do score, then you remember don't want it. Nah. You go on, I go.
Hey, Seven. Okay. All right. One ain't gonna Gale. So good luck.
This time. Is it daytime out there? I lose track of time down here.
Gale needs calm you just like the you I can. You I can calm you just they I Gale. No, they say some admit. This is Gale. Now, good. If now. So many humans around. Makes head hurt.
Any remorse for the shit you said to me, or if you truly believe it was all valid. And then he responds 7 hours later saying, let's find out if you're still seeing the Hat Man first. I don't know what that means, but then he comes back 2 hours later and said, I'm over you. You're wasting your time. So he's trying to flip this around on her like, you missed your opportunity with the Golden Goose. You missed your opportunity with the Alpha. I've moved on, you Harpy. I don't need you anymore, Harlot. Listen, I've matured a lot. You clearly haven't. So you're wasting your time trying to talk to me now. You had your chance, you blew it. I'm sure you're kicking yourself now for this, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But then just to finish it off with the cherry on top, he quotes from before where he was offering to show her his wiener and says, "I still mean this if you need clarification." And then comes back and says, "Except don't even bother asking for nudes. I have a girlfriend." Okay. I mean, this is quite the ride. What an adventure. She eventually just says, you know, "What's wrong with you? We were friends for almost a decade." And then you go into this shit. Which is a reasonable response. Like, how did this happen? We have been friends for like 10 years. We've known each other for so long. Where did this come from? It is crazy. This whole situation was wild. And also, I'm calling fiddlesticks on that last statement from him. I don't believe he has a girlfriend. If we go back to like chapter 7 of this meltdown, he said that she was the first girl he wanted to show his So, I understand that's what he's right. And I don't think enough time has passed between those messages and these that he would not only lose his virginity, but then also have a girlfriend, especially given all of the behavior we're seeing exhibited. So, I think he lied about that. That was probably just once again some kind of Hail Mary to make her jealous. Like, hey, listen, Toots, you got a girlfriend. Stay off me. Can't do it anymore. You blew it. Nope, can't do it. Sorry. That's all. You have to regret this for the rest of your life. Sorry. Have a girlfriend. Even though it's most likely a lie. But yeah, that's all there is to the story here. Overall, I think we can all agree that nice guys really do finish last. It is insulting that these people this guy is a real catch, and it's just a shame that it didn't pan out. Overall, I actually feel really bad for the woman in this situation. This is someone for a fucking decade, only to then find out that close friend was actually just a complete piece of shit, loser, degenerate, who was only being her friend, trying to have sex with her down the line. I can't even imagine that kind of betrayal. That must have been fucking awful. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share this because I've been thinking about it like all day. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
KFC app UKI. Order and delivery. Download now.
Whoa there, partner. Hold your horses. I bet you thought I had finally kicked my addiction to reading uncomfortable, cringy, weird text messages from the dating world. Well, do I have news for you, pal? I've only just begun on my bender here. I can quit anytime I want. It's not that big of a deal. I don't need
False alarm.
What's wrong? I did that before. You worry now. This one.
electroshock therapy or any kind of mumbo jumbo psychiatry to break me out of this rabbit hole. I don't have a problem. The only problem I have is that there isn't more of these for me to read, damn it. So anyway, let's begin. This morning, I hopped on and read two different stories here from relationships that fell apart in the most tragic and confusing of ways. So let's just dive right in. So we're reading from the perspective of the girlfriend in this relationship, and she's communicating with her boyfriend. They were coming up on their 3-year anniversary, but after this exchange, it all went right down the shitter. So it begins. Well, we're fucked. Pork chops went bad. My mom was getting ready to fry them and there was mold, to which the boyfriend just hits her with an okay. So she apologizes saying, I'm sorry, she's just gonna send me to get chicken alone because I already made mac. She's referring to mac and cheese, for those of you that don't understand the nomenclature there. Now, I think it's very important, as we go through this first story, that you know each of those involved. 25 and 27. The reason why I think that's important is as we go through this story, I imagine most of you will assume that these are children. Like literally 13 and 14-year-olds. But that's just not the reality of it. This guy is about to throw away a 3-year relationship and have a biblical meltdown over not getting some fucking pork chops. He continues giving her he just goes, okay, no good. Actually speaking like a She says, the pork chops are bad, you didn't know, I'm sorry, I tried to make you food. He just once again says, okay. She says, sorry again, he just says, cool. So this guy is going catatonic right now. We're losing him. He's flatlining. He's starving to death because the pork chops went bad. What is he gonna eat now? He's only a fucking 20-something-year-old man. He can't fend for himself without these pork chops. He's gonna die. She continues by saying, I really tried. Once again, just hits her with that okay. This is actually just like out of One Punch Man, that famous panel where Boros is powering up and One Punch Man just goes, okay. That is his whole personality. So he just goes, okay. And he says, you left? Yeah, she sent me to get chicken. He says, okay again. To which she just says, well, okay. She continues to profusely apologize for this whole situation here as if she did something wrong, even though she didn't. The pork chops just went bad. I don't know what he expects from her, to like sorcery away all of the mold or whatever on them, or somehow conjure up brand new pork chops from her ass, which is something she also mentioned in her comments. Like, I don't know what he wanted from me. Like, she even went to get other food that he could consume. Chicken, mac and cheese, there are other options besides the pork chops, but his mind is set on one thing, pork chops. He only has for one thought, and right now that thought is pork chops. So now that he realizes he's not getting them, he's about to go berserk over this whole situation. Cool, you got to eat, I didn't for waiting on you. Good night. Okay, good night, I love you too. No, bro, good night. I could have ate, but I waited on you, of course. You could have just eaten regardless. So, the poster here, she went into detail about all of the context around this. So apparently, he had said he was going to go get food, and she mentioned that she was making pork chops with her mom later, so he said, oh, okay, well then I'll just eat the pork chops with you and your mom and I won't get food. To which she replied saying, no, you can still get food and you're also welcome to have these pork chops, but being the noble chivalrous man that he is, he put down the food that he was going to purchase and instead was going to eat these pork chops, which didn't end up happening. And when he didn't get served his pork chops on a golden platter, he just refused to eat, crossed his arms, kicking his legs in his high chair. Well, then I'm just going to starve. So even though she had other food that he could eat, the chicken, the mac and cheese, he just didn't. And then also didn't feed himself at any point throughout the rest of the night, I guess because he was still so fuming with steam coming out of his ears. And also, according to her in the comments, the reason he didn't eat the chicken and mac and cheese is because he only likes his chicken prepared in the most simple way ever. So he didn't like the way the chicken was prepared. And he also doesn't like mac and cheese, which is already giving me red flags. I don't know anyone that doesn't like mac and cheese in some capacity. That's making him seem already off his gourd, just from that simple fact alone. But yeah, he refuses to eat for the rest of the night, all because he couldn't have those pork chops. She says, I tried to cook, I didn't know they were bad, I couldn't have known until they defrosted. I don't care, bro, I shouldn't have waited. They made food, but I had to wait on you. Some bullshit. Good night.
Did you find...
Oh my god, this insufferable, whiny asshole. Those pork chops must have been, like, heavenly, divine. Like, to just give up food for the rest of the night and then...
I'll get it open.
In order to have this kind of fucking catch over them. Like, taking a bite of those pork chops instantly chisels out your jawline a little bit further or something. Like, I just don't know what kind of pork chops would be worth all of this anger. She apologizes again, saying, well, I'm sorry, good night, I love you too. Bro, stop telling me that. I am so tired of this guy saying bro to his girlfriend. He clearly has no respect for her whatsoever. He then throws a term out I've never seen before. He says UPMO. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that stands for, so I looked it up, and usually it's an abbreviation for Project Management Office. But that doesn't really fit in the context of this conversation. I imagine it has to be an insult. I don't think he just came out of nowhere saying, you Project Management Office. So it must stand for something else, but I still can't piece it together. Maybe you pussy monster outcast? I couldn't tell you. Never mind, now I can tell you. I just took an additional 10 minutes looking through Twitter to see anyone else who has ever used that abbreviation, and apparently it means you piss me off. Wow. Fucking oof, that is so cringe, Jesus Christ. But anyway, she says, I mean, I do, but okay, referring to loving him. And then he just says, I don't want to talk to you. And then she just says, okay, good night, I love you. He then comes back around as all of these unhinged weirdos do, where they're like, don't talk to me, I don't want to talk to you, good night. And then he just keeps fucking going and going and going and spewing. So he comes back and says, at all, not tomorrow either, I don't care, this is bullshit, good night. You're fucking selfish. Fuck you for real. I really don't want to talk to you or see you. Honestly, I'll remember this, good night. I mean, he's speaking like it's the Walking Dead Telltale game. Goofball will remember this. I mean, obviously he's going to remember this. You just had a fucking meltdown over pork chops. Everyone's going to remember this. So then she's confused, like, what did I do? You said you don't want to talk to me, so I'm leaving you alone. He then says, fuck you, please leave me alone. Get the fuck out. And then she just says, you're the one texting me just to say leave you alone. And then he, again, comes in, I don't want to talk or see you at all. And then she just, again, I didn't even respond to you. Okay, good night, I love you too. Just trying to get out of this conversation because he just keeps coming back to just saying, leave me alone. Stop talking to me. Why aren't you talking to me? Hey, stop talking to me. I'm texting you one more time just to let you know. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. It's craziness. It's craziness. So this is the end of the text message screenshots, but the story continues. Right after this, the following morning, he continued this behavior, this attitude, and ended up dumping her because of this whole pork chop fiasco, which is a huge blessing in disguise for her, because this is not a good partner. This is a crazy person. To have this level of blow up over not getting pork chops, wow, that is some concerning delusion. So she does expand on it a little bit. He continued to insult her the following day before dumping her, so just really just a piece of shit all around. And I just had to talk about this one because I don't think I've ever seen a relationship, at least of this long, 3 years, they apparently were saving up for a house, end over something so trivial. I haven't seen a relationship crumble over something so meaningless like this. This is a wild case here. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. I know I said I was going to do 2, but I've kind of been yapping about this one for quite a while now, so maybe I'll just save the second one for tomorrow, and I'll let it be like a little teaser. I think that's what I'll do. This will be your little appetizer for tomorrow's, where I cover the other really unbelievably awful relationship crumbling text messages. But anyway, I feel bad for the girl here, but I am happy to know that they're not together anymore. I think that's a very good thing for her going forward. I know it's going to be tough for a little while, but wishing her the best. And for the dude in the story here, wishing him nothing but really bad mac and cheese and no pork chops for the rest of his life. So yeah, let's do that.
What?
I've never had a threesome, and I've never had an experience where I read something so cringe that it made my tummy upset. One of these two things is about to change today, and I don't think it's the threesome. I just read something from, yet again, my deep diving onto the horrors of modern dating with absolute deranged weirdos. And the whole interaction was so mind-bogglingly peculiar that my body couldn't help but suffer from a physical reaction after finishing this adventure here. I don't know where these men are coming from. These dudes are just being printed in the cringe factory and being thrown into the dating world as like the worst NPC encounters you could ever have. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive in. But before doing that, just a quick heads up. The Moist Global Retro Basketball line is still available right now. This is the best assortment of merch the internet's ever seen, so you can go to moistglobal.com right now and pick something up. Links in the description. I just read some of the backstory she was posting about this situation in the comments, and it's actually pretty sad. Apparently, these two had been dating for about 3 years. It was a horrible situation all around, and a couple months ago, she left the person.
What?
The most recent interaction between the two of them. She 100% made the right move in leaving. This guy seems like a fucking menace. But anyway, it begins innocently enough. That's good, just working away with 3 exclamation points, so he's having a jolly old day at work. Did you get to the doctors yet? She says, yeah, I have COVID. What did he say it give you? What? What did the doctor say or give you to feel better? Take Advil, Tylenol, sleep as much as you can, and quarantine. This is so timely because I myself just finished going through COVID over the last 11 or so days. And this is the 3rd time it's fisted me. It has gone elbow deep in my ass 3 times. And all 3 times, that is the exact same advice I was given by doctors. Now, of course, you can still ask for like a Paxlovid prescription if you want. It should help with like symptoms, but it's not usually the first thing they give you unless you're someone who is at risk for like complications, I think. It is an option, but typically they'll just tell you that. You know, take Tylenol, sleep it off, rest, fluid, simple stuff like that. So, seems innocent enough here. And the guy she's communicating with almost seems jovial. You know, like when he says, just working away, I can already see
How
him that going, just working away. You know, one of these with a big old smile on his face. It seems like a head so much kind of guy.
Oh.
And then it all falls apart.
Oh
It
my
feels like
god.
Jekyll and Hyde situation. He immediately just doubts her, doesn't trust her, accuses her of lying. Lol, so you didn't go to the doctors. Before this turns into a fight, just tell the fucking truth, lol. She says, I did. There's no meds for this. Yes, there is. Go to the doctors, lol. I need the address and the name of the clinic that told you there's no medicine. Also, the name do the doctors. They will be losing their license. So he's fucking spiraling immediately here. And I feel like this isn't exclusive to just him. I feel like a lot of men these days assume that every girl they interact with, even their significant other they've been with for 3 goddamn years, is some kind of lying, cheating harpy or something. So they're constantly interrogating because they don't believe anything they say. I feel like there's just so many dudes out there with this, like, insecurity within them where they doubt everything their partner says, believing that they're cheating in some way, and they're lying about something, hiding something, and it's fucking awful. So this guy is trying to checkmate her here with the scholar's mate. Like, okay, then give me the name and the address, because I'm going to call them to double check, because I don't believe you, madame. She then says, stop being so fucking melodramatic. I seriously don't need this right now. There isn't anything they can give me. I'm fine once it works its way through my system. He just continues to press, please, name of the doctors, location you want to, please. I know you sick. That's why I'm handling this for you. I just need to know which doctor you went to.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
This guy has so much steam coming out of his ears, it's clouding his eyes. He can't even fucking type properly. He's typing like a caveman. He's going full Neanderthal mode here. Like, what in the world is happening in his noodle? He's gonna start jandling this? That reminds me of joking. Like, that was an old thing on the internet where you're supposed to, like, masturbate in a certain way to elongate your wiener. Jandling feels like it's some kind of, like, sub-discipline of joking. But anyway, she says, I don't need you to scream at the receptionist for no reason at all. Stop being ridiculous. I won't scream at anyone, just tell me the information. Skit K can handle this, please. If you don't provide it to me, it's because you're lying and didn't go to the doctors. There's nothing to handle. So just tell me the name of the doctor you saw. This douchebag is making so many typos, it looks like he's trying to transcribe the Scatman. I can jandle. It's like ridiculous how crazy he's going because he's so angry. I don't know why he even thinks she's lying about this. He admits that he knows she is sick. So why would she lie about going to the doctor? What the fuck thought process is that? I know my girlfriend is sick, but it's probably dick sickness. She's probably hungry for cock and it's causing her physical pain. That's probably what it is. She didn't go to the doctor. She went to a penis appointment. That's what it is, and she's lying to me about it. I knew it. It continues to just get out of control. She says, lol, I shouldn't have to prove to you anything. I'm sick, I have COVID. She's absolutely right. She doesn't have to prove anything here. She doesn't need to try and, like, defeat his delusions. That's not her responsibility here. She's done nothing wrong. And he just continues, you're not proving anything to me, lol. There's medication for this. I know for a fact that I know someone else who had COVID last week. There isn't, unless you're old as fuck or have an autoimmune disease or your lungs are shit. Otherwise, you're just a carry through like normal fucking virus. Yes, there is. Let me call the it, and I will give you proof. Where did you go, baby? That comes out of nowhere. After all of this, he hits her with a where did you go, baby? I can already just tell from reading this shit, this guy is extraordinarily manipulative and a completely insufferable person to be around. But anyway, she goes, I went to a walk-in, and frankly, I'm not going to allow you to cause a muck over nothing. I'm going back to bed. What walk-in clinic? If you don't tell me, I'm done with you. Because I'm not a ducking idiot, and I know you're lying, haha. You have 3 minutes to get me the address to the walk-in clinic or else. So now man's out here spending time. Give me the names, and I will hunt them down. Out here like Liam Neeson, about to track them down with his particular set of cringe skills. I guess his thought process was he just wants to confirm that she actually went to the doctor because for some reason he doesn't trust her even slightly, even though they've been together for 3 years. I also imagine if he did call them, he'd start yelling and screaming and causing a big hoopla because he seems like that kind of unhinged, deranged lunatic that would do shit like that. But anyway, the 3 minutes to give me the address to walk-in clinic or else, that's it. 5 more chances for you. He says, fine, be done with me because I don't want you yelling at someone for no fucking reason. He says, no one's going to get yelled at. You're just nothing but a liar, and KM John's a fucking idiot. I wouldn't have told him that everything you say is a lie, and you think I'm an idiot, and you can fool me. Anyway, joke's on you. Enjoy. Hope it was worth it, kid. His use of exclamation points and emojis is absolutely infuriating. But even more so than that, the cherry on top of the shit cake is him saying, hope it was worth it. He's speaking like he's back on Xbox Live in a Call of Duty lobby. What? Hope it was worth it, kid?
Oh my god.
God.
Once a builder bet you won in seconds. If you bet builder, sign up and bet £10.
Sickening. But clearly the reason he's using the emojis and the exclamation points is he's trying to put on this strong, masculine front that none of this bothers him. This is the biggest mistake of your life. You're going to regret this. But me, I'm laughing. I'm having fun with this. This means nothing to me. So much so that I'll drop a laughing, crying emoji and 5 exclamation points. Haha. Not hurting me. She then says, well, joke's on me because I'm sick. Great joke. Love that for myself. Love that I feel like I'm being dragged through the mud, fire, literally feel the worst ever. Great support. Thanks. Joke's on you because you lost the best man of your life because you'd rather lie than tell the truth. Leave me alone. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's just so painful reading this. It's so fucking sad reading this, knowing that not only have they been together for 3 years, but I guess also have kids. Like, and speaking of the kids, his final message to her is this. You got it, Buster. Have fun being a homeless narcissist liar that no one loves, not even their children. You got a cold Buster here at the end, and then told her that she is a homeless narcissist that not even her children love. What kind of delusional, evil shit is this? He's calling someone a narcissist. That's unbelievable. And to say that not even his children love her? I don't know how to go from like, oh, where'd you go, baby? You know, like, obviously, like, you love kind of thing to be like, oh, I love you, everyone hates you. I'm the best man that has ever existed in this entire fucking history of our You're false. You're unlovable. You're a liar. Children don't love you. You're a narcissist. Like, it's just crazy how quickly someone can become this. It's so fucking sad. She definitely made the right call. I don't know, you know, relationship counselor or anything, but there is an unhealthy person to be around. This guy super sucks. This guy is a turbo fucking loser. And according to her comments, this was only like the tip of the iceberg. She actually called this interaction mild. So I can only imagine how awful of a person this piece of shit is. She definitely made the right call. And to think all of this happened because she got COVID and went to the doctor, and that was enough to set this guy off. That's terrible. That's horrible. But yeah, like I said, I have been deep on like the modern dating scene, you know, travesty, seeing like what all's been going on and being posted by people online. I just find it all so interesting. So I can't help but talk about some of these that really get crazy. So yeah, that's really about it. See ya. Hey, it's been a little while since I've gone over some unhinged text messages. I had the itch, so it's time to scratch it. The backstory to this fair.
Oh my days!
This is two strangers that got stuck in an elevator for about an hour. He eventually asked for her number, and she gave it to him because he didn't give her any weird vibes, no heebie-jeebies. It wasn't like something out of that dog shit horror movie Devil with the elevator or anything. So they started talking through text, and it led to this alarming exchange. He said, "How are you doing today?" She says, "I'm good, thanks, just went for an early morning swim." And then he starts to show his hand a bit. "I'd love to see that. Can I tell you something?" And she's getting suspicious. She's a little on edge here. Yeah, I admit, I was nervous being confined to such a small space with a beautiful woman. And she goes, "Okay, I don't know what to say to that, lol." And he just continues like it's a war story. I feel like I can see him lighting up a cigar as he's saying these things. "You're lucky you got trapped with a good guy." She's confused, saying, "What does that even mean?" He was apparently super normal in the elevator, but now over text he's talking like he was Bruce Banner holding back the Hulk in that situation. Saying shit like the mind starts to wander with a lip sheet there just makes it sound like he was, you know, stranded on an island, ran out of food, and was contemplating cannibalizing the other survivors to keep himself alive and just writing down the log. It's too much for me to bear right now. I starts wondering if I'm losing myself on this island. I'm going to slit the throat of pull it back, feed on his insides. Lord help us all. He continues, "Don't worry, I don't intend on harming you in any way." Which is a very reassuring thing to hear out of the blue. "Listen, man, I'm not approaching you with violent intent. I want to make that clear right now. I know you may have had it in your head that I was going to kill you. I want to put your mind at ease. I was never even contemplating murder, or rape, for that matter. I was explaining that any warm-blooded male would be tested in that situation." Dude's trying to explain this like he's John Madden here. Appreciate the breakdown, though, Reddit mod. Any warm-blooded male would be tested in that situation. What do you think would have happened? Like, the elevator malfunctions, you're stuck in there for a little bit, and what, he's just gonna turn into some kind of feral beast that's gonna be tearing her limb from limb like a wild animal? Just the instant the elevator stops moving, just something goes awry in the male brain, and they turn into the Tasmanian devil, making, like, Jujutsu Kaisen cursed spirit sounds as they charge at the woman that's stuck in there with them. But luckily, she was trapped in there with a good guy. Not like those other red-blooded males or cold-blooded male. What do you say? Hemoglobin-blooded males? What? I've already fucking forgot. But he's just being chivalrous here and reminding her how lucky she was, all the stars aligned, to put her in the perfect position to be stuck on an elevator with a stranger that's as gentle and as nice as this guy, who had no intentions of harming her in any way whatsoever. She hits him with some question marks going, "I'm not following," because, I mean, this is all reading like a threat at the moment. And he says, "Don't worry," which is cause for concern. Definitely going to start worrying. He says, "You have the perfect body. Those small breasts and soft, thick thighs leading to that voluptuous ass are delightful.
What?
Thank you for existing." Thank you for your service of pleasing my eyes in that elevator, madame. I tip my fedora to you on this good day. And she just says, and now I shall cease to exist in your life. So yeah, that was the correct decision there, just to block them and hopefully never see them again in your life. That's probably the safest thing to do, because this whole thing makes it sound like he was considering rape or something and then decided against it, how he had to, like, fight against that urge that other warm-blooded males would have succumbed to or something. It's fucking weird. This guy is a weirdo. And here's another weirdo in a similar fashion where it's a complete stranger that just goes fucking Insano style out of nowhere on someone else that is also still a stranger. These two are co-workers. They've been working together for about a week, and they play online games together in like a group with other co-workers. So they're not like friends or anything. They have barely known each other. He texts her saying, "Kaylee, we care about you. Care. Please answer. I'm so sorry. Please talk to me." No, I want to be clear, this is one person saying this, so I don't know why he's saying, "We care about you." This is like some Schmeagle shit with my precious. You know, we got Gollum coming in right now. And she says, "It's okay. I'm not mad." And he goes, "Please just talk to me. I cared about you. Still do." And she says, "Thanks. You too, dude." He continues to spiral. "Why are you acting like that? I'm here for you. No matter what. Can we just talk on the phone? Just you and me?" He's throwing up the desperate full court shot here to try and get the buzzer beater to win the game. I don't know what he would expect here. Obviously, she's not going to take that call. You don't know each other, and you're already being, like, obsessive. That was never in the cards. But let's assume she did. What were you planning on saying to her? Yes, milady, thank you so much for accepting my call. I love you. When can we fuck? Honestly, you're creeping me out. I've known you for 1 day at most. Stop. If that's how you see it, then fine. I really cared. I mean, that's how the world sees it, but, like, that's how time works. Like, you haven't known each other for long at all. It's like there's only one way of seeing it, and it's that you guys don't know each other at all. You're acting like we're best friends, and I've only known you for what, a week? This is extremely weird behavior that I won't deal with. It's okay. I'll find someone. Redacted. At least she's nice to me. Which is another one of their co-workers that he's now mentioning. Also, the poster here said that she mentioned to that co-worker that he name-dropped there about his weird behavior just to keep her in the loop, because this guy seems fucking unwell. And she replies, "Nah, what are you talking about? I was never interested in you." Okay, fair. She was way better. Nice, at least. I was so nice to you, and was even open to us. Which I don't really know what that means. Like, what does he, like, trauma dump on her while they're playing games together in ARAM? Like, I don't know. What does that mean? Open to us? Or, like, maybe he was open to being us, like a unit? A relationship, perhaps? Man, that's generous. He was even open to dating her? Wow, he really was such a fucking gentle sir. I can least admit that I cared at one point. I don't want to fucking fight. Neither does she. She doesn't want to talk to you. Like, in general. He's just making it sound like they're already in a relationship going through a problem, even though they are complete strangers to one another. I'm telling you to leave me alone, so leave me alone. And he just keeps saying, "I cared about you, dude, like, seriously. Everyone can tell you cared. You are obsessed. You are legitimately enamored with a complete stranger and being creepy about it. Everyone knows that's not something that's a good thing to be saying so much here. I will go to blank and report you. I don't fucking know you. I cared. It's weird pretending to be strangers, but honestly, fuck you. They can fire me. I have a better job for $26 an hour. That's how all of these go. You know what? I don't care. I never liked you anyway. You were gross and yucky anyway. You were poopy. You stink. Big stink. I don't like you anyway. You're lucky I was ever even talking to you. They can fire me. I have a better job anyway. 26 an hour. In fucking Narnia. My other job's so much better. Let them fire me. Tell them. Get me in trouble. I actually want it, so I can go to my other job sometime. Leave you behind. I'm happier there anyway. I cared. My only crime was I cared. I love how he says it's weird pretending to be strangers when they are strangers. She's not pretending. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. Not like the delusional thing that he's married himself to in his mind. They are strangers.
What?
Anyway, just wanted to talk about these. They had me giggling a little bit today. That's really about it. See ya. Flirting with someone can oftentimes be challenging, and occasionally the only winning move is not to play. Sometimes it's best just to spam emails and see how that goes. And today I want to take you on a journey. It's a two-part epic like Homer's Odyssey, but if Homer had written about a weirdo who's desperately trying to make a woman fall in love with him by calling her autistic. Now the backstory here, I'll go ahead and give you the cliff notes of the prequel. This gentle sir protagonist has just joined a new friend group and has found particular interest in this woman. And he reaches out to her trying to talk to her saying, I'll be honest with you, I don't understand you. And then he just goes on to say that she's quiet and he doesn't know anything about her other than she likes potatoes in the town of Salem, and that he just laments that he just doesn't know anything about her and she doesn't make eye contact with him. She asks, does that bother you? And he says no, which is a big fib right there. Lying is a sin and now he's condemned straight to hell. This clearly bothers him because he melts down about it. He also doesn't keep that charade up for long. He immediately folds and says, I mean, somewhat, yeah. It actually hurts a lot. It keeps me up at night. I actually can't sleep. I'm crying all the time because of it. But it's a normal human response, so you can't blame me. Too late. I'm already blaming you. Can I ask a blunt question? She says, sure. And he says,
have you ever wondered what would happen if you started killing everyone in the instant?
Are you autistic? Man, his Lord has struck like a lightning bolt here. If those panties aren't...
Hello everyone and welcome to another Fallout 76 video. Today I'm going to be talking about PvP, player versus player. Yes, the most dreaded aspect of the new online Fallout game. One of the main things that concern the majority of fans. I spent some quality time in PvP during the beta and even tested the anti-griefing mechanics to see if they work sufficiently, so that is what I'm going to be talking about. But before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my patrons, John W. You help make videos like this possible, and I cannot thank you enough. Alright, so let's get to it. I would like to say that before trying PvP myself, I was one of those who were very nervous and critical about it. I didn't look forward to the idea of it at all, but I was willing to give it a shot, you know, for science. And I have to say that I actually had a blast. I was doing PvP with friends, so I'm sure that contributed to my enjoyment of it. I can't say if I would enjoy it as much with strangers, since I didn't have an opportunity to do so, but I can imagine it wouldn't be as fun, especially if I couldn't hear them talking. My friends and I were on team chat during the whole thing, and it just made it really fun. We could, you know, smack talk and stuff like that. So it definitely made it more fun that I knew the people I was fighting with. Now keep in mind that players who are on the same team cannot enter PvP with each other. Passive mode is automatically engaged between team members to prevent friendly fire. So if you want to do PvP with your friends, you have to disband your team first and make sure passive mode is disengaged as well. And also, you must be at least level 5 before you can take part in PvP. Players below level 5 cannot do damage to other players, nor can they receive damage from others.
For the last time, no, we did not sell live Guana necklaces. What you can buy is verified refurbished tech for up to 50% less than, because of our name, Back Market. A lot of people mistake us for the black market. But we couldn't be more different. The black market sells fake luxury goods and stolen artifacts. On Back Market, you get players.
So this is how it works. If you are attacked by another player, a message will pop up on your screen telling you the name of your attacker and the reward you will get if you return fire and kill them. The reward will be caps equal to your opponent's level. So as you can see here, my friend is level 13, thus the reward I would get for killing him is 13 caps. The same is true if you initiate PvP with another player. A message will pop up telling you the name of the person you are attacking and the reward you will receive for killing them based on their level. And these rewards will come out of the loser's caps. The higher level the player is that you kill, the greater your reward. So it's not as profitable to attack players who are very low level. Just attacking another player is not enough to start PvP though. The other player must attack you back. Until they attack back, you will do very little damage to them. And I am talking very little. We tested this, and it took 4.5 minutes for my friend to kill me outside of PvP. That was 4.5 minutes of constant shooting at point-blank range. Not only did he use up nearly all his ammo, but he also broke one of his guns and had to use the second one. Not only was it seriously time-consuming, but the reward didn't even come close to being worth the effort or the ammo he lost. Granted, we were both level 13 at the time, so things were pretty even. It would obviously be different if the players were drastically different levels. It took me only a little over 2 minutes for me at level 13 to kill my level 7 friend this way. But this is just to give you an idea of what it's like. If you return fire to someone who attacks you, then PvP will be engaged and you will now do normal damage to each other. You will also show up as hostile to each other on your compass, and your opponent will have a red mark on his head. And you'll even get combat music. Once you kill another player in PvP, then you have the option to loot his junk items if you want to. You cannot loot anything except the items that are in his junk tab. So, no weapons, armor, or aid items. So you don't have to worry about losing your valuables. Unless, of course, you think all your junk is extremely valuable. If you are killed in PvP or by a griefer outside of PvP, you will have the option to seek revenge for a 25 cap bonus on top of a leveled reward. In which case PvP is still on, and you can respawn you kill another player and they seek revenge, that they are seeking revenge, and the amount of the reward is to kill them again. Or, when you respawn, you can choose to ignore, and PvP will end. However, in our test, it seemed that even though I chose to ignore the player who killed me, he was still labeled as a hostile when I respawned, although I was not labeled as hostile to him. So even though I had chosen to ignore him, I could still kill him without becoming wanted. I did so several times, and he didn't show up as a non-hostile until he chose to ignore me also. So I'm not sure if this is a bug or if that's how it's supposed to be. We didn't get another chance to test it further because it was the last beta session, so I don't know if he would have become wanted if he had killed me after I declined revenge or not. Although it seems like
Can you fucking let me in?
If it happened that way. But yeah, we didn't have a chance to test it. Once a player kills another outside of PvP, they become a wanted murderer. In this state, a bounty is placed on their head. Both me and my...
Greetings, Ocean Explorer.
I'm gonna get back inside and try to find my gun myself.
What?
We're speedrunning Don't Pee, a horror game from Thrill the Will of Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and dies fame, the genius, the mastermind behind that game. And this game looks like it has a pretty cool route so far, so we'll see. I'm gonna play the game once through normal, since I haven't played it yet, and then we're gonna start the speed runs. Do the boxer colors matter for the speed run? You want dark so nobody can see you pee. I like the logic of that, that's really smart actually. Okay, let's begin.
I shouldn't have drank that 5th beer. I gotta go.
Sounds like me doing a Duke Nukem impression. Or like my Batman impression during the Moist Esports watch parties. Oh,